So we celebrated Friday, Christmas, celebrated Jesus' birthday on whatever day it actually happened. It doesn't matter. And probably somewhere in your head, in the back of your head, you had a list of what Christmas was going to be, what you're going to get. Wrote our letters to Santa or Father Christmas in our case, our little Anglophile, all things English, right? And you may have experienced when you were a kid, doing your own list to Santa, and you put the letter in the mail, and there was that one toy you just had to have. Right? And as you got older, your list may have changed somewhat as to what you wanted. But you know, the one thing you can almost guarantee as an adult anyway, and even as an older child, is you're not going to get everything on the list. And sometimes you're going to be a little disappointed in Christmas. You know, we have this culture where we're so material, and that's like epitomized in this bizarre and upside down way by Christmas. The one holiday that should be the least material has become the most, right? And we even have, according to sociologists and psychologists, a syndrome now in this material culture of ours called hedonistic adaptation. I don't know if you've heard me talk about that before, but it's one in which you get that bright, shiny new thing you wanted, right? This doesn't have to be at Christmas, it can be any time. But you get that cool new thing, got the cool phone that I've always wanted, and it does everything but eat my dinner for me, right? And it's the coolest thing since sliced bread. Until it's not. Because 3 weeks later, that super cool phone you couldn't wait to get your hands on is just another piece of technology. That super cool shirt you were dying for, and you were so excited because it was on sale and you got it, and 3 weeks later you're like, whatever, it's just one of the shirts in the closet. There's this psychological thing that we go through where we're all excited for this thing, but that thing loses its luster after a very short time. And that time has been shortened in our culture because we have so much stuff, which is not the word I really wanted to use. We have so much stuff that the stuff that we have stops meaning anything after a very short period of time. We get disappointed with stuff, even our Christmas stuff, after a while, because things disappoint us. We stop getting the high from those things after a short time. And the sad thing is we do the same with people. People are going to disappoint us. It is a universal truth. And I don't care who it is. I love Curly more than I can even possibly express. And yet, there are days when she disappoints me sometimes. Because I'm like, but I think you're perfect. And then she has a Saturday where she's not. And I'm like, what? Oh, you're not perfect today. And sometimes I'm disappointed. And I can guarantee you the same is true in reverse.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you. I love my child. I would take a bullet for her at any moment. Desperately love my child. And yet there are days when she disappoints me. And you know what? I bet the same is true in reverse. Because I think she loves us as her parents. But I know that there are days when we disappoint her too. It's how it works. Best friends. Best friends that you turn to in the middle of a crisis, in the middle of good times, in the middle of whatever in your life, can still disappoint us. Because we are, after all, just human. We will disappoint one another sometimes. So, here it is Christmas, and Christmas isn't always perfect. You know me, I'm a historian. I love all that Victorian stuff. Right, everything should look like Dickens. I am not wearing that dress. They wore those little Christmas scenes, but I might wear the top hat and tails, but right. But I mean, I'm a Christmas freak. I love Christmas. And I love all the stuff that goes with it, and all the lights and the snow. Oh God, there's got to be snow, you know, all those things, and I got it, yay. You got all the pretty lights, buried in the snow, it's gorgeous and it's wonderful, and it's the stuff that goes with it, right? Not just the material stuff, but the cultural stuff too, right? And I love that. And yet, it doesn't always live up to that, right? Because sometimes the things that we love are not things, right? It can be the romantic stuff we surround things with. And sometimes that disappoints us too. Sometimes we're disappointed at Christmas. And I think that's hard for us to talk about, because we've also built up all this cultural stuff around it, right? And yet sometimes we're disappointed. How do you deal with that? How do you deal with the disappointment of Christmas? And here's what I believe. I believe that things will disappoint us, and I believe that people will disappoint us. I believe institutions will disappoint us. I believe that our own romantic ideals will disappoint us. But the one thing I know will not disappoint us is the real reason for Christmas. The one thing that won't disappoint us is Jesus. And here's why I can tell you that. There is nobody who is more interested in your well-being, nobody who's more interested in loving you and giving you a healthy relationship and giving you a good life than Jesus. Now here's the hard part. See, we have this really twisted idea about God in our culture, because we have made God into a vending machine. Oh God, I need this in my life, and we don't really need it, we want it, right? God, I want this. God, I want that. Oh God, I'll believe in you if I can get this, right? We've made God into a vending machine. We have this idea that if we just pray for it, then we get it, and that proves that God exists. And if we don't get what we want, we threaten God with non-belief. I'm not going to plug the faith in there anymore if I'm not getting something out. So here's the adult, and they walk in to the psychiatrist's office and they lay on the couch. Oh doc, my parents were such a failure. My life stinks.